Hey guys, this is your boy Markcoos, and welcome back to the Markcoos Mafia episode number 24. Now, as you can see, I'm just sort of adding the players from the last episode from all the recommendations I got, like Ilano, Navas, Logali, and Atsu. And I do go out and buy a player, but I do not actually go out and buy any of them because Atsu was a bit too expensive. Ilano was just out of my price range. But at the end of this video, I'll actually have some sort of recommendations which I need you to pick between. But as you can see, I'm picking between Douglas Costa or Stuart Danning, and I go out and buy Stuart Danning, and people will be like, "What are you doing? He's absolutely crap." Well, he's crap in real life, but in PES, I've tried him out before. He's actually pretty decent. He's like a pretty good left winger, so I end up playing again. My next match is against a guy who had a much worse team than me, but he's got Impella and Bienvenu up front and Biabani at the left midfield. So he's just got pace and more pace and more pace. So what the hell happens? Well, you'll get to see, but team's looking alright now. I mean, I've got all these 70 players. I mean, like majority of my team has an overall 70, so it's not actually that bad anymore. I don't have that many of the defaults left, but more or less from the second minute I get the ball off Downing and I use some first touch control. I mean, his first touch control is absolutely amazing. His crossing is pretty good, but his finishing is a bit woeful. It's like not always bad, but every once in a while it's bad. But as you can see, he gets 1-2 and he goes for a goal and he scores. So I'm like, oh, that's a bit unneeded. But 16th man, I get the ball off Kevin Dahl, go round Strandberg, can't stop me. I shoot, and for some reason the keeper makes a good save. So I'm basically 1-0 down, and he gets the ball, and I'm really getting pissed off at him, so I end up hacking with Mariappa, and this was like my first game in quite a while, so I was a bit rusty, if that was anything. So I get a red card with Mariappa, and I'm just like, oh no, well, he's not going to be able to score a free kick anyway, and he's got Jack Vermack taking it, so I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. He just pops in the top corner. I was like, oh my god, amazing. But it comes to 33rd minute, he's through a goal, again with Impella, round McKeeve, and he just finesses it into the top corner, and that's it. I mean, beating 3-0 at half time. So what do you do when you're getting beat 3-0 at half time down to 10 men? You quit the match now. You abandon the match early, and that is it. You get less money. You basically sacrifice your rating. But yeah. So into the next match, I face a guy with a team sheet of 696, and he's got Aubameyang up front with Quagliarella. He's got Sally Ukin. He's got Negley at the back. So his team is quite fast, but not that fast. But as you can see, he's also got quick counter. So he's basically expecting me to attack and attack and attack and attack, and he's just going to counter me. But this game, I pwn for the next 3 games, and you'll see why. But what's his name? Stuart Danning does do pretty well in this game, but 9th minute, okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, he gets the ball off Aubameyang. He's just running about. He's not really going anywhere, and he comes close to my goal, and he just keeps running about in a circle. But then Frezzolini decides to come out, gets the ball, and the referee gives a penalty. So I'm just like, what the hell? How is this a penalty? Because he gets a yellow card, and I'm just like, but what the hell? So the guy even watches the replay. I mean, I watch it as well. Comes out, and the keeper gets the ball, and he gives the penalty. So I'm just like, oh, for goodness sake, it's not fair. Basically, from the penalty, it seems that he can't take them, or he just knows that it's not a penalty, and he hits it right down the middle, and the keeper makes a good save. But yeah, I have shots from all over the place. I really couldn't break him down. For some reason, it seemed like he was playing more than like 5 at the back, but he wasn't. He was only playing 3. But for some reason, I just couldn't break him down. So I was it just came down to me doing long shots really. And I had 2 long shots, one with Keesing Young, one with Steven Fletcher. They both sort of tested the goalkeeper, but that was about it. And that's it really. I mean, half time comes and it's 0-0, and I'm just like, no, that can't be. I'm not doing well at all. So 0-0. And I've had 7 shots, 5 on target, and he's had 2 shots, 1 on target, and I've had so much less possession than him because he's basically just been passing it around the back. Like, because if he had any more possession, he should have scored. But I get the ball of Kevin Dahl here in the second half. Play a great through ball to Jamie Mackey, who's onside, takes 1 touch, he shoots, keeper spills it, and Steven Fletcher comes in and pops in the back of the net. So I'm 1-0 up, and I'm just like, yes. But more or less from kickoff, he passes the ball up to Quagliarella on the left hand side, to the low cross in, and Aubameyang gets ahead of his defender and pops in. So I'm like, god damn it. But Steven Fletcher gets the ball here, plays another great through ball to Kevin Doyle. It's through on goal, keeper comes out, and Kevin Doyle just finesses it into the bottom corner. So I'm 2-1 up. Now here, Stuart Danning gets his first assist for my club, passes it up to Kevin Doyle, and Kevin Doyle just runs in and finesses it again. So yeah, 3-1. And he gets away from me again, and this is so funny. Look at this, okay, Aubameyang, he misses it. He misses a gimpy goal. He misses it. He puts the gimp mask on, but he's just like, I missed, I can't see. Can't see the gimp goal. Can't see my gimp mask. But it was absolutely hilarious. But here, I try and get the ball back, can't get it back, and the game ends 3-1. So I basically, well, like, from the stats, I had only 12 shots, 9 on target, had 8 shots, 3 on target, and my possession, it sort of started to equal itself out, but I was still only had 44% possession, but I still more or less pwned. I mean, if that's not pwnage, I don't know what is. His team wasn't better than mine, so I can't say anything about that, but he did have the likes of Quaglarell up front, and he did deserve to sort of get at least another couple goals, but I gave him fair play. He did play a fair game. Probably didn't give me fair play, because that's what usually happens. But I faced my next guy I face is team strength of 721 and a rating of 374, I think. And as you can see, he's going all out attack with Impella, Yaquinta, Barreto, I can't even say his name, Buonanotte, I think that is how you say it, Buonanotte. And he also brings in Czerchowski, and he's all out attack, so he's expecting me to play some sort of defensive game and quick counter. None of that crap, I'm just keeping with my long ball, and I destroy him. Like, well, not destroy him, but I get some goals. I think this isn't the game where Stuart Downing gets officially his first assist, but technically I say the last goal for Kevin Doyle in the last game was an assist. So, and the game kicks off, of course, and I get the ball of Kevin Doyle here, pass up to Stuart Downing, he plays a great football to Kevin Doyle, and this is probably my favourite goal of this whole episode. I'm through on goal, Kevin Doyle just like run round the goalkeeper, a great run round animation, and that's it. 1-0, like boom. So it comes to half time and it's 1-0. So, have I been dominating? Well, we'll see from the stats, because the stats usually, of course, tell the game. As you can see, I've had 6 shots, 3 on target, and he's only had 1 shot, 1 on target. And I've had 50% possession, so it's equal, but I've had more shots. So it must mean something if I'm sort of, it's slight domination. I could sort of tell that's domination, but I go into the game plan, I look at Ki Sung Young, and he's tired. So, of course, as most people do, I change him out for Jake Livermore. And Jake Livermore is a great player, so nothing wrong with that. I get the ball here and I try and get it back. I can't get it back with Stephen Fletcher. I really should have slide tackled, but Iaquinta gets it. He shoots and he scores. So I was like, God damn it. But here I get the ball with McKee, play another great through ball through to Kevin Doyle. He can't get onto it, but he passes it right up to Stephen Fletcher. And I'm just like, through on goal. Stephen Fletcher usually scores. I decide to just round the keeper sort of, and I pop in the back of the net. Like a really nice finish. But here I get the ball Stuart down and chips it through to Kevin Doyle. Great first touch, and he just blasts it in the back of the net. So 2 goals in quick succession. Then he goes forward and he's like, I need to go forward attack. So he goes forward attack, passes it up to I can't even say his name, but Nete, whatever it is. I'll just call him Nete. And he pops it in the back of the net. So I'm 3-2 down. I'm like, that's an alright result. But the game comes more or less to the last minute of the match. Get with Stephen Fletcher down the right hand side. There's a triple tapping cross to Kevin Doyle, who just pops him back in the net for his hat trick. So he scores a hat trick in the game. He scored 5 goals in 2 games. So not bad at all for Kevin Doyle here. And Stuart Downing technically got 2 assists in that match, so he's got 3 assists now in 2 matches, which is pretty good. And so far, as you see from the stats, Kevin, I had 12 shots, 8 on target, and he had 8 shots, 5 on target, and he sort of slightly dominated possession at the end, but I mean, it's all about the finishing. I mean, you could have like 80% possession and lose, a bit like how Celtic only had 17% possession against Barcelona and won. I mean, come on. But Kevin Doyle gets man of the match, of course, considering he did score a hat trick, and he deserves it. So yeah. So moving on to the next game. The next game, my rating's going up. My rating went up by like 30 in this match, and in this episode. But see, I get a special match, and he's got a really bad team. His team strength is 676, and his rating is slightly better than mine. So I was like, I'm expecting him to leave at halftime. I'm not expecting him to stay for the whole game. He's got Panilla up front, Palladino on the right, Jankovic on the left, Maresca in the middle, Palombo, who's a really good player. But what happens? Well, I sort of just go into the match, and anything can happen in these matches, but you'd expect me to sort of destroy him. And you'll see, well, I did change. I think I took out Stephen Fletcher and put in Gary Hooper. So Gary Hooper started up front because Stephen Fletcher was a bit tired. I think it was Stephen Fletcher I took out. But get the ball here of Downing. He will shoot and he will hit the post. So I was like, God damn it, Stuart Downing, you should be scoring those goals. So he's not scored yet for me anyway. But I get the ball here and I play through ball. Markkoos tries to get to it, plays it straight to Gary Hooper, just pops it in the back of the net. So I'm like, 10th minute, 1-0. Not bad. But here I really should score. Kevin Doyle gets it, finesses it, and it goes wide of the post. I'm like, oh my god, I've just missed the easy chance. But from the goal kick, he passes it right to me, and Gary Hooper chips in. What a goal. What a finish from Gary Hooper. Here, the ball up again. Jamie Mackie gets it, passes it down to Gary Hooper. And I'm trying to do some good passing goal here. Like I was trying to pass it down to Downing. But getting passed down to Downing, Gary Hooper gets it, passes it to Ki Sung Young, who just finesses it into the back of the net. So basically at half time I'm destroying him 3-0. So I was expecting him really. I was expecting an actual like how I abandoned matches early. I was expecting him to do the same because he's only had 3 shots, 1 on target. I had 10 shots, 5 on target, and I was actually beating him in possession. So I was expecting him just to go, and the match has been abandoned now. So I wouldn't get as much money due to the fact that it was a special match. But straight away he went into the beginning second half. So I was like, alright then. But this is the most unlucky thing I've ever seen in my life. Straight down and gets the ball. It is in about halfway through his own half. He runs the whole length of the pitch. He skins about 6 players here. Like skinned, but he eventually comes back and Keising Young gets it and he pops it back in net. Great finish. But 73rd minute, Downing eventually gets his shot on goal. Keeper not even moves and Downing pops it in the back of the net. So I'm like, alright then, 5-0. But here McKeeve gives the ball away, Orline gets it and he just blasts it past Frezzolini. Can't do anything about that. But Downing again gets it through to Gary Hooper, who's just like, I'm not going to take this crap anymore. Shoots from like 25 yards out and it just finesses it right into the bottom corner. So yeah, I win a game 6-1. And that's the biggest victory I've had in this episode. I think it's the biggest victory I've had since I've actually reset the team. There's only been 3 episodes, I think, or 2. I don't even know. But yeah, so basically I dominated and I absolutely pwned S. But yes, as you see, Gary Hooper gets man of the match because did he score a hat trick? Yes, he did score a hat trick. So how beast of him. But then I want some recommendations here. As you can see, you're gonna see my favourites players list. And I've got John Guidetti here, Ryan Babel, who's he's a great player, and I've also got the likes of Atsu, Zaccardo, Christian Eriksen, who's an absolute beast. He goes up to an 80 at right midfield, so he's a good player. Elano, I can buy them all. I've got 7 million here, so I can buy everyone up until the 80 mark, I think. So I've got Douglas Costa as well. I could buy him. I could buy Gundogan. He's a great player. He's another good player as well. But I need some sort of thing. So if you have any recommendations about these players or just other recommendations, go ahead and comment below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel for more from the Markcoos Mafia, more from the Road to European Glory with Celtic FC, more from PES 2013, more from FIFA 13, eventually more from Assassin's Creed 3 when I start the playthrough. And catch you later.